Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Ewan McElraith and I am delighted to be your host for the 2020 North East Scotland Food and Drink Awards. This was clearly not the awards that we'd hoped to bring you. And indeed, in such uncertain and worrying times, the team at Opportunity North East and Aberdeenshire Council thought long and thought hard about what was the right thing to do. The country is dealing with extraordinary health, social and financial challenges arising from the COVID-19 pandemic. We appreciate this is also a very challenging time for the food and the drink industry, including, undoubtedly, some of our entrants. But amidst these difficult times, we're keen to take a moment out to celebrate and support the businesses in Aberdeen, Aberdeenshire and Moray who entered the 2020 North East Scotland Food and Drink Awards and who are working so hard to serve their customers throughout these difficult times. And what extraordinary strength and depth we have in the food and drink sector in the North East. We saw a great range of exciting entries and new products in this year's awards. And over the course of the next 45 minutes, we're going to take a closer look. The awards are on Twitter and we'll be live tweeting the results as we go, using the hashtag NES Awards. And you can also comment via YouTube, which we would love you to do. So without further ado, let's get started with the first category, the most successful product from the 2019 awards.
Aberdeenshire Council has been pleased to support the award for the most successful product for a number of years, and we continue to recognise the vital importance of innovation and product development within this sector. We also want to recognise those who have done their research and know there is a market for them, setting themselves up to succeed. This category was judged by Aberdeenshire Council's Business Gateway Manager Gary Hughes and Business Development Executive Suzanne Roberts. Not only did they look at the impact that the product has had on the business, but they also carefully studied the plans that the business has for continued future growth and the lessons learned along the way. I'm sure this was not an easy task. Let's see who the finalists are.
The award for the most successful product from the 2019 awards, sponsored by Aberdeenshire Council. Brewed for their Mango Unchained. Dean's for their Stephen Brown Art All Butter Shortbread Gift Tins range. Summer House Drinks for their Winter Spice.
The winning product proved very popular, rising to become one of the top sellers for the business. It's been well received by customers and is now stocked widely across Scotland, including in Aldi, Lidl and Morrisons. The product has now been incorporated into the core range and the business is looking at export opportunities and increasing production capacity. And the winner of the most successful product from the 2019 awards is Brewed Mango Unchained. And so to our next category, Best Retail Product for Small Businesses.
The award for the best retail product is the longest standing category in the award's 30-year history and is still fiercely contested for those businesses selling branded products through independent or multiple retailers, farm shops, farmers market and delis, or directly to the consumer. Over the years, the Best Retail Product Award has provided a catalyst for growth of many new and up-and-coming North East businesses, especially giving entrepreneurial companies an opportunity to stand out and be noticed. The judges are continuously surprised by the innovation shown by the entrants, with some turning passionate hobbies into a thriving business and others scaling up production to enter wider national and international markets. Previous winners have included Macintosh of Glendavney, Windswept Brewing, a certain Brewdog in 2008, whatever happened to them? Wark Farm, Ola Oils, Summer House Drinks, Cocoa Ooze, Pulsetta, and 2019 saw Rora Dairy take home the accolade. Who will be next to join that illustrious list of winners? Let's see who the finalists are. The award for the best retail product, small businesses. Aurora Sustainability, Green Grow Food, for their gourmet mushroom easy-to-cook meals. Forest Farm, the organic dairy, for their handcrafted artisan gelato and sorbet. Succulento, sauces, ketchups and chutneys. The Crafty Pickle Company, for their Cat's Kimchi.
Our winner is a business that has successfully diversified and works closely with their customer base to develop new products. The judges thought the packaging was superb, and importantly, the flavours were distinctive and just spot on. And the winner for best retail product for small businesses is Forest Farm, with their handcrafted artisan gelato and sorbet. The next category is the award for best retail product for large businesses.
Mackie's have been involved with North East Food and Drink Awards right from the very start, 30 years ago when our sales director Dennis Emsley entered one of our products for the very first time. We've been fortunate enough to win a number of awards over the years. The highlight for us has to be in 2009 when we launched Mackie's Crisps. This was a huge brand diversification for us, and to win this award was fantastic exposure, and it really propelled the product on, and we've gone on to great success from there.
We work hard on our innovation and try and produce new and exciting products every year. That's crucial to a company like us if we're going to thrive and survive in the tough marketplace. So for the last 30 years, we've continually done so, and we'll continue to do so for the next 30 years. As ever, it's going to be crucial that we continue to come up with products that taste great and look great. But beyond that, the consumers are becoming ever more discerning. They now need to know how the food is made, what's in the food, where it came from, making it even more important for us to get it right and be innovative.
A vital part of these awards for us is the feedback that we get from the judges. They're always experts in their field, so it's great to know what they think of our products, and we can work on the weaknesses in particular. Over the years, we've made a few changes to our product based upon the opinions of the judges in these awards. Mackie's as a brand has changed so much over the last 30 years. We've gone from bottling milk to packing ice cream, creating a chocolate brand, making our own crisps, our own ice cubes. So it's hard to say where we as a brand will be in 30 years' time. But one thing that's key is diversification. Taking advantage of trends, paying attention to what consumers are wanting, and just generally moving with the times. So let's see who the finalists are.
The award for the best retail product, large businesses. Dean's, for their extra mature cheddar bites range. International Fish Canners Scotland Limited, for their Sainsbury Taste the Difference hot smoked mackerel. James Rizza and Sons Limited, for their luxury double dairy gold. John Ross, Waitrose 200 gram pack. Mackie's of Scotland, for their rhubarb and strawberry indulgent dairy ice cream. Sutherland's of Portsoy, for their honey roast smoked salmon.
All the entries within this category were very strong. Each product has been successful for that business, so the scoring was incredibly close. Our winner impressed the judges with the work they've done to develop their product range in response to a growth trend in the market. They've created interesting flavours to appeal to new audiences. The packaging design is highly appealing and really stands out. The winner is International Fish Canners Limited for their Sainsbury's Taste the Difference Hot Smoked Mackerel. And the next category, Best Brewed Product.
The brewing sector has been somewhat of a boom over the last decade, with a significant share of that growth coming from northeast breweries. A true testament to the entrepreneurial spirit that our region enjoys, we're proud to have seen the likes of Speyside Brewery, Brewdog, 6 Degrees North, Brewtoon, Deeside Brewery and Fierce Beer be recognised as finalists and winners across a number of categories over the awards history. While their products are purchased and enjoyed across the globe, they have also expanded through engaging directly with customers in their own bars and brewery tours to experience the skill, pride and passion that goes into the creation of their products. Scotland Food and Drink Market Intelligence tells us that while the total value of beer sales is on the rise, the volume is decreasing as consumers make more premium choices, which is good news for the exceptional brewers in the Northeast. So, before we raise a toast to this year's winner, let's see who the finalists are. The award for the Best Brewed Product, sponsored by Opportunity Northeast. Brewtoon for their Dark Night. Brewtoon for their Mayday. Six Degrees North for their Wanderlust Wheat. Woo-Ha Brewing Company for their Speakeasy Champagne Beer.
The judges loved the overall concept and the standout taste of this product. The brewer uses several unusual methods to make the product stand out from the crowd. The beer itself has an unusual style and with its bold marketing drive was designed to entice new drinkers to the brand. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner is the Woo-Ha Brewing Company for their Speakeasy Champagne Beer. Well done to them, and I would also like to say how grateful we are for all the support the awards currently receive. And I'd like to give particular thanks to our title sponsor, ESS Support Services Worldwide, as well as all our category and supporting sponsors.
Aberdeenshire Council. CMS. Denton's. Our title sponsor, ESS Support Services Worldwide. Johnson Carmichael. Serco Northlink Ferries. Opportunity Northeast. Scotland Food and Drink. Skills Development Scotland. Strachan's.
Next up, we have the Best Distilled Product.
When we first purchased Benromach back in 1993 and started distilling in 1998, we were conscious we didn't have a wide portfolio in terms of age expressions. So through the early years we tried to innovate by using different barley styles and maturation styles to create a portfolio of interesting products. So we looked at doing an organic spirit, a heavily peated spirit and our standard spirit. My uncle Ian, he was pivotal in making these decisions back in the early days. When we first looked at organic, there was no other organic whiskies that had been certified on the market. So we looked at the requirements of the Soil Association and we worked out how we could produce an organic spirit from the process through maturation to ensure we offered something unique to the market.
The ingredients is the same, it's malted barley, it's yeast and it's water. The difference is the malted barley has to come from an organic farm. This style is unpeated, just to make it slightly different from our classic style. And the casks we use are American virgin oak casks. These casks are fully certified in Missouri in the United States, and they come from environmentally managed forests. These things together give a different product to our standard classic style, and it gives a lovely difference in flavour compared to what we produce as standard.
Innovation is very important to Gourmet Fail as a business. We work with products which have an ever-changing consumer demand, but we're restricted by the ingredients we can use to make whiskey. So offering alternative products that are interesting to the consumer is a continual aim for the business.
The product itself has been one of our major core products. It's part of our contrast range, so it shows Benromach in a different light. The flavour is completely different, and also the way we make it because of the environmental criteria that we have. For growth, it's been great. I think when everyone thinks about organic whiskey, I'd like to think they think of Benromach, and it's one of our stable contrast products that we've had when building the growth of the brand over the last 22 years. Let's see who the finalists are.
The award for the Best Distilled Product, sponsored by Opportunity Northeast. Esker Spirits Limited, for their Silver Glass Gin range. Murray Distillery Limited, for their Ava Blink Gin. Murray Distillery Limited, for their Ava Pink Gin. Raven Spirits Limited, for their Raffen Gin, Valhalla. The T. Smith Spirit Company Limited, for their Broich Single Estate Gin.
Our winner presented a unique, well thought out product. It's an elegant serve, offering an earthy richness that embodies its provenance and its history. The judges were also particularly impressed by the people behind the company and how their approach to innovation is so evident across their business. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner is the T. Smith Spirits Company Limited for the Broich Single Estate Gin. And the next category is the award for the Best Food Service Product.
It's fantastic for ESS to be involved in the North East of Scotland Food and Drink Awards because we get to work with fantastic producers and local suppliers. So whether that's food or drink, whether it's actually people taking the crop from the field or the fish from the sea, the manufacturing product, it's really important that we celebrate the success of the fantastic people and the fantastic product that we have in Aberdeen and the Shire. It's long been an aim of myself to be able to celebrate the people and the industry across a wider food form. So not just in Aberdeen and the Shire, but expanding that across the UK, into Europe and further afield when it's the right thing to do. I've been fortunate to travel wherever I go. It is recognised that Scotland, and in particular this area of Scotland, is recognised for its fantastic produce that actually our chefs, our consumers, customers don't have to do an awful lot with. It talks for itself often. Let's see who the finalists are.
Best Food Service Product, sponsored by ESS Support Services Worldwide. Dean's, for their Stephen Brown Art All Butter Shortbread Thins. James Rizza and Sons Limited, for their vegan gelatos. Sutherland's of Portsoy, for their traditional smoked salmon cured with Glenglassaugh Torfa whisky. Wark Farm, for their vegan nutty carrot pie.
Now, the judges felt this product offered the perfect balance of taste and texture, and the taste really stands out. Our winner is a long-standing traditional company, adding value by innovating and collaborating with a neighbouring business to add to the range. And the winner is Sutherland's of Portsoy, traditional smoked salmon with Glenglassaugh Torfa whisky. And now to our next category, Best Young Business.
Strachan's are proud to sponsor the Best Young Business Award category because, like all the entrants, we are very passionate about our business and exceptionally proud to live and work out of the northeast of Scotland. I feel it's important for businesses to get exposure in this category because it helps develop their profile both locally and nationally. It gives them access to different multimedia routes to get their message out there to the market. And also it gives them a chance to get feedback in terms of their products and their business models, which they can take away and use in their own organisations. I think the key takeaways for me are really about the passion that all of the people we saw today have for their businesses, about how they believe in the products, and really how they can see how they can develop their products and deliver them to multiple markets, both locally and nationally, and in some cases internationally. In terms of the entrepreneurial spirit I've seen, it's clear there's an abundance of passion, a desire to succeed, and a real willingness to showcase what the northeast of Scotland has to offer. I've been fortunate enough to be on the panel of judging the Young Business of the Year award today. What I've enjoyed most about today is hearing the stories from the finalists in terms of how they are looking to grow and develop their businesses, and getting an understanding in terms of how they've developed their business to meet the demands of today, but how they're looking to develop and grow their business to meet the challenges of tomorrow. Let's see who the finalists are.
The award for Best Young Business, sponsored by Strachan's. Forest Farm, the organic dairy. Murray Distillery Limited. Rora Dairy. The T. Smith Spirit Company.
Having extensively researched their customer segments, our winner has created a unique Scottish product range which fulfills the needs of their target markets. They've created a clear sales strategy and a scalable operating model that meets both the current and future business demands, allowing them to convert sales opportunities into firm contracts, covering both local and national markets. The winner of the Best Young Business is Rora Dairy. The next category is the Food and Drink Business Growth Award.
North East Scotland is fortunate to have been home to some of the country's leading food and drink entrepreneurs. The Food and Drink Business Growth Award recognises the mix of fantastic commercial performance, entrepreneurial flair, strategic planning, innovation, and strong leadership. The finalists have demonstrated their ambitious plans for growth, their success in exploiting new market opportunities, investment in innovation, and the outstanding leadership that continues to drive investment in the region. Some prestigious previous winners include Michael Robertson of Joseph Robertson, Robert Chapman of Farmley Eggs, Graham Ross of J.G. Ross, James Watt of Brewdog, Peter Bruce of Ontier, Ben Irivani of Langsdane Liquor, Gregor McIntosh of Glendavney, And 2019 saw Christopher Lee from John Ross Jr. collect the honours. They all have one key goal in common: to drive the growth of their business. 2020 sees the beginning of a new decade, and despite the ever-present uncertainties, there are many opportunities. We are full of optimism for the many Northeast food and drink entrepreneurs and their businesses who will add to these growth success stories. Let's see who the finalists are. Food and Drink Business Growth Award, sponsored by Johnson Carmichael. Angus and Oink Limited. Associated Seafoods Limited. Barra Bronzes. Duncan's of Deeside. John Ross. Mackey's of Scotland.
All 6 finalists demonstrated considerable recent growth, making the judges' decision an incredibly difficult one, particularly given the variation in the size and the nature of the businesses. The award isn't based on financial performance alone, but also considers business strategy, innovation, sustainability, and entrepreneurship. While there can only be one winner, the judges would also like to highly commend Angus and Oink for their entrepreneurial spirit and the significant growth they've achieved from a standing start just 4 years ago. The winning business demonstrated success in all the judging criteria, as well as increasing sales of their great tasting products. Their use of renewable energy and production of their own packaging has led to environmental and cost efficiencies, securing strong, profitable growth. The winner of the Food and Drink Business Growth Award is Mackey's of Scotland. Our next category is the Best Food and Drink Tourism Experience.
The growth of the many food and drink industry tourism experiences in North East Scotland is actually pretty impressive, in my opinion, having been involved in judging these awards in the past and seeing how they've evolved over the years. There's much more focus on the tourism element and how that fits in with the food and drink industry. Judging this year's finalist has been a really rewarding experience for me. I think because the people I've met, they've been so enthusiastic when they've been explaining to me what they're doing, telling me about their businesses, how the idea started, where it came from, what's inspired them, and what their plans are for the future. It's really exciting. Tourists, when they're looking for a food and drink experience, they're looking for something that's just a little bit different. They're looking for something that they've probably not done before or even thought about doing before. They're looking for something that's quite unique, I think, to the area that they're visiting. And in Aberdeen and Aberdeenshire, there are a lot of very, very unique experiences that people can get involved in. The influx of visitors to the area boosted by P&J Live, the overall investment in Aberdeenshire as well. All of this opens up opportunities for tourism businesses, and from what I've seen, they're already responding to that challenge. What's interesting is seeing how a lot of these experiences, these tourism businesses, have opened their doors and they're inviting people to come in and have a look behind the scenes. For me particularly, it's been absolutely fantastic to meet some of the people behind these really enterprising businesses that we're seeing emerging in the food and drink industry with regards to tourism. The passion of these people and their commitment, and they've really bought into it themselves, and they really want to share that with visitors, and I think we're going to see a lot more of that in the future. Let's see who the finalists are.
the award for Best Food and Drink Tourism Experience, sponsored by Serco Northlink Ferries. Barra Castle Limited for their Taste of Winter Festival. Forest Farm, the Organic Dairy, for their Gelato Garden and Pop-Up Parlour. Lost Loch Spirits Limited, for their Lost Loch Spirits School. Porter's Gin, for their Porter's Gin Micro Distillery visit.
Our judges were impressed by the enthusiasm of the winning business and felt that they were totally invested in what they were doing and trying to achieve. This is a unique, immersive and hands-on visitor experience, from the handcrafted bar to the inclusion of local produce in the lunch provided. The judges felt that visitors would come away feeling they really had a great experience. And the winner is Lost Loch Spirits for their Spirits School. And a big thank you must go to all our judges who were involved across all categories, and a full list of that is available on the awards website. Now to the Investing in Skills Development Award. This award has been presented by Skills Development Scotland to a business that's shown great achievement in raising the skills of their workforce and has demonstrated the positive impact this has had on their business. And that business is Donald Russell.
Donald Russell is a large butcher, started in Inverurie in 1974. We supply traditionally matured, handcrafted beef, lamb and pork delivered direct to your door or to high-end restaurants in Europe and across the world. Development opportunities are important here, whether it be in-house or external training courses. Recognising and rewarding talent within the team is equally as important. The business is based on the finest quality products delivered to your door. So without the skill and passion of the team and the training that involves, we wouldn't be able to deliver on our promise. The meat industry can be perfect for young people who want to know where their food comes from. When you handle the products, learn how to prepare it, cook it, market it and sell it, it's a great foundation to lead on to more prolific roles within the meat industry. I started off at Donald Russell as a butcher. I then progressed to supervisor, manager and finally to director. Looking back at my career at Donald Russell, seeing the potential being recognised and allowing me to grow was a great fulfilment in my career there. Businesses should invest in training for the future because they are the future. Without new people coming into the business, new blood, bringing new ideas, some businesses would stagnate. At Donald Russell, we encourage all new ideas, no matter how long you've been with the business.
Congratulations to Donald Russell. Next up, we have the Innovation Award.
My name is Angus Willis from Forest Farm, the Organic Dairy. We're Scotland's longest established organic dairy farm. We've a herd of 150 free-range organic dairy cows, and we produce fresh organic milk, organic natural yoghurt, and freshly churned gelato and sorbet. The idea from the vending machine came from a desire to bring the customer closer to the farm and to allow people to buy their milk in a much more sustainable way without single-use plastic. So we've had loads of support from Opportunity Northeast. We were on the business growth programme and we had advice from everything from budgeting to business planning, and we've had ongoing mentor support as well, which has been excellent. The award last year was a real boost for the business, not just from a business confidence perspective, but it also drove new customers to the farm shop and increased the visibility of the business in the northeast of Scotland. Innovation is key to our business. It drives sustainability, which is at the core of everything we do, and it also helps us develop new products. So whether that's different flavours of ice cream or a more sustainable packaging solution for our organic natural yoghurt. The awards last year gave us a lot of confidence to develop the business further. In the last 12 months, we have built a production facility for our gelato, sorbet and natural yoghurt. And we've also expanded our shop and installed some new vending machines to retail those products to our customers. The North East Food and Drink Awards are a really important date in the calendar for us. They've done wonders for our business, and it's a great night to celebrate everything that's great about the North East food and drink scene. Let's see who the finalists are.
The Innovation Award, sponsored by CMS. Farmley Eggs for their automated tray hygiene system. John Ross for their Costco Twin Pack. The Wee Hemp Company for their CBD infused food and drinks.
Our winner used innovation to solve very real challenges within their own production. They challenged current thinking on their line layout and the performance. They solved the issues of factory humidity, damp tray handling and line balance, and an interesting side effect of the innovation has been lower staff turnover due to increased team communication and upskilling. The winner is Farmley Eggs Automated Tray Hygiene System. The next category is the Export Business of the Year Award.
Our company was founded in 1898 by my grandfather, Joseph Walker, who literally borrowed £50 to set up in business. We came into business in the early 60s and was starting to grow by the early 70s, and we had developed a worthwhile market for shortbread throughout the UK. We were fortunate with a solid foundation to develop our export business, and we started to export about 1975. We built our first factory on the edge of Aberlour in 1979, and that gave us enough capacity to develop and expand and to develop new products, and the company has continued to grow pretty steadily since then. It's meant everything to me personally to see my products around the globe. It's one of the most satisfying experiences to come across your products somewhere where perhaps you didn't even expect them. And I think the best bit about it is the people I've met along the way. Many customers who have now become really good friends, other people in the industry who have always helped us or have been able to help. And it's been a real pleasure and pride to develop the business in such a beautiful part of Scotland. I think it's vitally important for anyone coming into the export market that they're confident in their product and that they can innovate and come up with something new rather than simply copying something that's already out there. There's much more chance of success and much more chance of sustainability in the long term. There have been huge changes over the last 30 years, huge developments in packaging, automation, processing. In the marketplace, there's been many challenges, but I've had a huge respect for the meat industry who have had so many challenges, but yet they've been able to overcome them and they've adapted and they've survived very well. I also think the whisky industry has been inspirational. They simply seem to have defied gravity, they keep growing, and they've been such a flagship for Scottish food and drink. Other manufacturers, I think, are finding an increasing interest in quality Scottish food, and it's better welcomed around the world now than I think it was 30 years ago, and I think everyone should be able to take advantage of that. So, from everyone at Walker Shortbread, good luck to all the entrants of the Food and Drink Awards. Let's see who the finalists are.
The award for Export Business of the Year, sponsored by Denton's. Angus and Oink Limited. Bicky Pegs Healthcare Limited. John Ross. Mackey's of Scotland.
It was so pleasing to see new entrants in the best export category, and all entrants showed ambition and product offerings well suited to international markets. This year's winner demonstrated a well thought out and targeted export plan, a clear understanding of the needs and behaviours of customers in the territories exported to, and tailored product packaging and merchandising for specific markets, showing impressive growth as a result, and constantly refining and acting on their export activities by continually learning from their previous experience. The company scooping up the award for the Export Business of the Year, and it's their second win, is Mackey's of Scotland. And now to our final award, the Sustainability Award.
So at Scotland Food and Drink, we're really proud to support the first year of the Sustainability Awards. The work we do with Ambition 2030, which is the food and drink industry strategy, where we'd like to double the industry's turnover to 30 billion by 2030. Well, part of that work, a really key work stream, is the food and drink industry response to the climate emergency. This award is very important because we have a part to play in combating climate change. And also, the future of the food and drink industry and its success and its continued growth is intrinsically linked to the future of Scotland's natural resources. We know there's a lot to consider when you're trying to be a sustainable food and drink producer or a part of a sustainable supply chain. The source of energy is a big concern, and we're really happy to see so many producers and food and drink businesses taking that into consideration. So let's see who the finalists are.
The Sustainability Award, sponsored by Scotland Food and Drink. Aurora Sustainability Limited, Green Grow Food, for their using food waste to grow taste. Forest Farm, the organic dairy, for their soil to sale sustainability. Macintosh of Glendaveney Limited, for their sustainable business model. The Bay Fish and Chips, for their turning the tide on waste. The Crafty Pickle Company, for their fighting food waste. Wark Farm, for their environmentally sustainable business.
The judges were frankly blown away by the commitment to sustainability shown by all the finalists. The breadth of innovation and leadership across the region was incredibly impressive, and each of the finalists should be very proud of how they're responding to the climate emergency. But the winner really stood out from the rest. They've shown real leadership, driving better, more productive grazing, educating future generations of farmers, and raising the profile of Scotland's climate-friendly food production at home and abroad with a stellar social media presence. The winner is Forest Farm, Soil to Sale Sustainability. And well done, Forest Farm. Ladies and gentlemen, that's it. That concludes the presentation. Congratulations to all the winners and the finalists. A big thank you also to all our sponsors for their continued support and commitment, and to the judges for their valuable input. We hope we've brought you a glimmer of positivity during this very difficult time. Our heartfelt thoughts go out to all our businesses in all sectors of the food and drink industry across the region and indeed across the country. We're entering uncharted territory over the next few months, but Opportunity North East and Aberdeenshire Council will be with you all the way. By supporting each other, we can hopefully emerge ready once again to grow this fantastic industry. Please stay safe and healthy. Thank you.